So here we've created the beginnings of a to-do list starting page. Right now it only has the title, but we're on our way to implementing something like this, where we have the title of to-do list, and then we have a list of to-dos that you can drag around and reposition, and it remembers the state on what the positions were once you've moved them around. So let's go and continue. We have the template already. Here we've configured that if we see hash to do on the URL right here with this hash, that means this is configured to load this particular template over here, right? And the template right now, it has just the H1, the heading, right? So let's keep going. Let's put this inside of a container fluid. That's a bootstrap class that adds some margins to the left and right margins to a page. So let's load that. Notice that we've added some margins. Okay, so now that we have the template, let's create the controller that goes along with this template. Right. So let's create a controller for that template. We'll give it the same name. Maybe we'll call it to-do controller client.js. So this means that in here we're going to put controllers that can control the content of that HTML and also respond to any events in that page. Right? So all client-side libraries or our code, any code that we write for the front end, we're going to put them inside of an if statement. So here we're going to grab a hold of the application that we're working on, and we had called it earlier. We called it to-do app. So once we have it, we're going to declare a controller for that particular page. So let's create a controller. We're going to say that the controller is going to be called the to-do list controller, right? Actually called based on the name of the template that we are controlling, and it's going to be implemented in a function of the same name. So now we have the controller that goes along with that view. And here we can quickly implement a very simple list of to-dos just to see that we can render them. So we say to-dos, and we can have maybe an array of to-dos, and the objects might look something like maybe might have an ID, it might have the maybe a title, and let's just come up with some bogus names such as to-do 1, 2, 3. That's it. Right, and let's create several instances of these. Right, so it would be 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 6, 7, and something similar for these: 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 6, 7. So there we go. So we have some dummy to-dos, and the way to send this to the view for rendering, we can easily use the scope. Right? And we can send data to the view using the scope by saying scope.todos equal todos. Right? And now we've sent the data to our view. Since we created a brand new JavaScript, we're going to have to load it into our index page. So it's what's it called? It's inside of views. It's inside of to-do. And there we have the to-do JavaScript. There we go. And also we need to declare it. And here saying that the controller for this particular template is called to-do list. To-do list controller. All right. So we've declared it. And then so now we do have this HTML, this JavaScript talking to one another through the JavaScript, and we can display the variable declared on the controller by just mentioning it here using the template escape characters in Angular. Right? So if we refresh, we see that indeed we have sent the array to the view for rendering. So in the next video, we'll show how we can render this as a table.